naive thought it would give you hope if I told you about the future that we could have had together. I'll try again. Ivy, I love Grace now. But you were my first love. And I've never forgotten you. Your smile, your laugh, and all the fun times we had together. If it helps that I talk about that and all the love we shared, then I will. What harm is there in that?
Look, nothing matters more to me than your happiness, Grace. And for that alone, I don't wish Sam and Ivy to be together. I know how much it would hurt you. But if Sam has feelings for Ivy, if you're left with anything but all his love, then I want to be the person to give you the love you deserve. The love I've had in my heart for you all these years.
Oh, David, I told you, Sam doesn't love Ivy anymore.
Yeah, but what if he does? What if you're wrong? What if he still loves her? What then?
I'm just so worried about Mother. You know, when I called on the plane, they said she was still unconscious. The doctors hope that me being here will help her come around.
Well, good luck, Ethan. I hope that Ivy's okay.
Thanks. I just wish that I could be there to break the news to Laura about Sheridan.
Yeah. I know Sheridan's death's gonna hit Mama really hard. Well, a hard time even saying it, much less accepting it.
I'll be there for you, Luis. You and Mama.
I'm gonna find out what room my mother's in.
I really appreciate you being here, but I think you should go with Ethan and his mom. All right? Especially now. You need to know you're always going to be there for him. You're going to be his wife.
You know, Luis is right. I mean, you should be there for Ethan. If he ever were to find out that you were married to Julian, all hell would break loose. And the closer you are to him now, the more understanding he will be if, God forbid, your secret does come out.
You thinking about Sheridan and what might have been?
Yeah. It's like that preacher said at Sheridan's funeral. Loved ones may die, but love always lives on. I'll always love Sheridan. Dream about the life we could have had. Till the day I die.
She's a knockout, that's for sure.
What?
Your catch of the day? She's one pretty lady. And damn lucky you saved her.
Got here as soon as I could. Who's the patient?
Don't know, Doc. I caught her in my net a ways from shore. She didn't have any ID on her.
She's alive, but barely.
Brian and I did what we could till you got here.
Will she make it, Doc? Will we ever find out who she is?
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
If we knew what happened to her, how long she'd been in the water, we might have a better idea what's wrong with her. Did you go for a swim? Get caught in a riptide? Or were you on a boat? Got caught in that hurricane, maybe?
She was wearing us wrong when I found her, so she hadn't been swimming. I put these clothes on her in the fishing boat.
Noble way to see her naked.
Down, Liz. I had a blanket over her the whole time to keep her warm.
Oh, saving your body heat till she can enjoy it.
You two sound like an old married couple.
Oh, no way. Liz here, she's married to her hotel.
Hey, which needs a slew of repairs after that hurricane blew through.
Yeah, and I'll get to him the way I always do.
Oh, Brian is slower than a sea
You
turtle.
take it out in the hall, you two. I can't hear myself think.
That lady in there may be half dead, but she's still the prettiest gal you ever brought in here.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that I found her when I did. Because the captain, he didn't want to turn her around and bring her back to shore. He's drunk as a skunk. Anyway, that greedy bastard cared more about making his quota of fish than he did about helping her out.
Typical for that pirate.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't just let her die. No matter who she turns out to be.
You care about her, don't you, Brian? I thought so. Well, I hope she lives, so she can thank you for saving her life.
Ivy, please wake up. Do it for me. For our son, Ethan.
I don't want you to get hurt, Grace. But clearly Sam still has feelings for Ivy. I just want you to know whatever happens, you can count on me.
Sam is a decent, caring man. Eve asked him to try to save Ivy's life by giving her hope. That's all that's happening.
Well, maybe that's where it started. But as good as a man Sam is, we both know there's something more than that going on in there.
Chief Bennett is in there with your mom right now.
I think that you should go in alone.
Why?
Ivy was so angry that the email exposing her secret was sent to the tabloid from my laptop. So I just don't want my being here to upset her when she comes to.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's not the best time for a visit. Look, thanks for being here. You too, Whit.
Please just let your mom know that there's a lot of people rooting for her.
I will.
It's strange seeing Chief Bennett with Ethan's mother instead of Julian.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad no one here at the hospital knows about you marrying Mr. Crane. I mean, Ethan, his mom, Chief Bennett, Louise, they would all go completely crazy if they found out.
Well, you know, we're the only two people here who know, and we're not about to tell anyone.
Come on.
Teresa's here and she looks okay. Thank God Charity's premonition didn't come true.
I'm sorry I lost you.
Well, my niece Charity had a premonition that Teresa ruined her life by getting involved with a man other than Ethan. I should have known it was too far-fetched to be true.
Emil, thank God you're home. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
Hurt? Why would I be?
Teresa, where is she? Is your sister all right?
Teresa's fine. She all I'm worried about. What's going on?
Where's Sheridan? She went home to rest after the airport, right?
Oh, dear God. Oh, please tell me she's okay. Please tell me that she's all right.
Can't.
What?
Sheridan's dead.
Oh, God.
What?
God. Oh, my God.
Ethan.
How's she doing?
Not good. Ivy injured her spine when she fell after being struck by lightning.
Oh, my God.
The doctor don't know the full extent of her injuries until she wakes up. The longer she remains unconscious, the worse it is for her.
Well, isn't there something we can do? Call in specialists? Fly her to Boston?
You said medical science has done all it can. The rest is up to Ivy.
Well, you said she fell after she was struck by lightning. Where was she when this happened?
We were on a navigation beacon.
What?
The hurricane knocked out the beacon. I had to fix it so your half-sisters Kay and Jessica and her friends could be rescued from Warlock Island. Ivy climbed up the ladder to help me. When she was on her way down, she was struck by lightning and fell.
No, Sam, I know my mother, and she wouldn't just risk her life for those kids. I mean, not that she wouldn't. But she risked her life because she still loves you. She never stopped. All those years she was married to Julian, never once did her passion and love for you waver. I didn't know it then, but I know it now. You and I are the two most important people in her life. And if she gets... And when she gets better, she's gonna need us more than anything.
And then I heard Sheridan scream my name from inside the cabin. I was on my way inside to see what was wrong. And the boat exploded.
Madre de Dios.
The next thing I noticed, two fishermen were hauling me out of the water. I kept jumping in. I was trying to find Sheridan. I couldn't. The hurricane was blowing in, so they took me back to the shore. Then Chad, Ethan, and I, we went back out and looked for Sheridan.
In the hurricane?
Yeah. And it wasn't until after the storm had passed that Shore Patrol found a body. It was Sheridan.
No. No.
Well, everything hinges on Mr. Crane doing exactly as he promised and getting me a known. Because the sooner that...
Sweetheart.
Hi.
Teresa. Oh, I'm so glad you're back.
Thanks.
What's this about Julian? Did something happen with Julian while you were down there?
So sorry, Louise. So very sorry.
Sheridan. My God, she was like a daughter to me. It meant so much to me that you were getting married. And may God forgive me, but I had already begun to think about the grandchildren that you would give me. And now this. My heart breaks for you, my son.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something I haven't told anyone. I know it sounds crazy, but I still think Sheridan's out there somewhere. She's alive. In my head, I know it's impossible, but my heart keeps telling me, my heart keeps telling me not to give up hope.
If the lady in there makes it, she is gonna owe you big time.
Yeah, a lot of good it'll do me if she's already spoken for. Yeah, scratch that. I just hope she makes it. So how is she, Doc?
And should I call Bermuda, have the hospital send a helicopter?
There's no need for that, Liz.
Why, are you saying she's not gonna make it?
Brian, relax. As far as I can tell, I think she's going to be just fine.
Oh, you hear that, Liz? She's gonna make it.
Well, you got your wish. At least part of it.
Well, our mystery patient has no serious injuries, at least none I can find. She's just plain worn out. How she survived the rough seas that hurricane churned up. She must have an incredible will to live.
Now, if we can just find out who she is and how she wound up in that water.
Somebody somewhere must be looking for her, wondering where she is. No way a beautiful woman like that was living life alone.
If she wakes up before I get back, call me.
Oh, we will.
In the meantime, keep a close eye on her.
No problem there. Right, Brian?
Later, you two.
Thanks.
Bye, Doc.
Yeah, thanks again for coming by.
Do you think you might take your eyes off our guest long enough for a cup of coffee?
I suppose I could manage a cup.
She's got you, Brian. Hook, line, and sinker.
Well, I'm waiting for an answer, girls. Did something happen with Julian while you were in Bermuda?
Well, we did have some dealings with Mr. Crane.
What kind of dealings?
Teresa went to Bermuda to try to convince Mr. Crane to adopt Ethan.
I just wanted to make up for all the trouble that I've caused.
Is that all?
Yes, Dr. Russell, Mr. Crane and I, we just talked.
Did you succeed?
No. Things didn't work out at all the way I hoped that they would.
Well, it was very courageous and kind of you to try and help Ethan. But it was also very foolish. Julian Crane is not a man to be trusted. He is a user, a vile, corrupt man who only cares for himself. And women are not safe around him. Especially young, innocent girls like yourselves. Teresa, I could have told you that Julian wouldn't give you what you wanted. He only cares about himself.
Yes, ma'am.
And Whitney.
Yes, Mom.
While I do admire your wanting to support Teresa and go down to Bermuda to be with her, next time, please check with me first.
Yes, Mom, I will.
Okay, girls, well, come with me because you both look like you could use a cup of coffee.
I understand, Emil. You wanting to believe that Sheridan is still alive. The reality of her death is just too painful to accept.
Last year when I thought Sheridan had been murdered, she came back. But this time she was cremated. I was there, Mama. I saw the funeral pyre. I have her ashes. There's no way she's coming back. For some reason, in my mind, I keep thinking she's gonna reappear. She's gonna walk back into my life.
Oh, what I would give for that. But Neil, even if Sheridan survived the explosion, there's no way she could have survived a hurricane in the ocean. That would be a true miracle. And as merciful as God is, He doesn't go around dispensing miracles every day.
Mother, I'm here. Sam and I are both here for you.
Your mom risked her life to help me save the kids stranded on Warlock Island. And I'll always be grateful to her for that. And I'll keep doing whatever I have to help her pull through. But the bottom line, I'm not married to her. I'm married to Grace. And I'll never leave her for Ivy.
I know. And Mother knows it's over between you two, even though it's hard for her to admit. So, I mean, if you're worried about her trying to win you back, don't be. She gave up.
You're Ivy's son, right?
Yes, yeah. Ethan Winthrop.
As next of kin, you should have this.
Next of kin.
Now, the personal effects we removed from your mother when she was admitted to the hospital.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. I'll be back to check on your mother soon.
Mother's locket.
The one I gave her way back.
Mother had the most expensive jewelry money could buy, and this was her most prized possession, this inexpensive locket with both of our pictures in it. You know, after all this time, after everything that's happened, she never stopped wearing this. You know, maybe I was wrong, Sam. I mean, you know, maybe Mother having our pictures so close to her heart means she hasn't gotten over you. Or the idea of us being a family.
I've always loved your strength, Grace. But you don't have to pretend with me. I know how hard it is for you to see Sam and Ivy together. Much less have Teresa tell you that the son is with them now, too.
You know what? Sam and Ivy and Ethan should be together at a time like this.
Right. The family that almost was, and still might be.
You know what? Sam told me he doesn't have feelings for Ivy, and I believe him.
I know you want to. But I get the sense that since the accident, everything's changed.
Well, you are wrong.
Look, if you want, I'll get Sam and I'll bring him here.
No. It's important that a father and son bond in a crisis situation. And you know what? I'm happy for Sam that he has a second son. That he has Noah, and now he has Ethan. And I'm happy for Ethan that he has a father like Sam.
You're not thinking about Sam and Ethan right now, are you? You're thinking about the unborn son you lost.
I can't help but think of how things might have been if I had had that child.
Here you go, Brian. Extra high octane. Figured you wouldn't be getting much sleep tonight anyway.
Oh, you're right about that. Sleep can wait. It's not every day that I cast out a fishing net and haul in a beautiful woman.
You know, Brian, Doc said he remembered a search going on for some big name somebody. What if our guest turns out to be an uptown girl? You know, kind that never looks you straight in the eye?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just wait till she wakes up. I'll look her straight in the eye and see if she looks back.
What if Doc's right? What if she turns out to be some big society chick? She won't be around long enough for you to look her in the eye. Whoever's looking for her is gonna whisk her away.
Yeah. Then I'll just spend the rest of my life wondering what might have been. Maybe if everyone prayed for a miracle, God would bring Sheridan back to me.
One can only hope.
I know two people who wouldn't pray for Sheridan. Alistair and Julian. I couldn't care less about her. Damn them. Damn them both. What right do those two have to be alive when someone as good as Sheridan's dead?
Don't, son. Don't embitter your heart with the thoughts of Julian and Alistair. Forget they even exist. They no longer matter to you.
Forgive me, Pilar, but I wonder if that's true.
What do you mean, Hank?
I hate to ask you this, Louise, but are you sure that the right woman was cremated?
But if I were Hank...
I'm sorry, Pilar. I don't mean any disrespect. It's just that we know that Julian and Alistair can't be trusted. I assume you ID'd the body.
The body was too decomposed to make a positive ID.
That is possible.
No. No, it isn't. I got a hold of Sheridan's dental records and fingerprints, and the resort doctor checked them against the body, and everything matched.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I double-checked everything myself.
Then it was her. Sheridan is really dead.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take more than a miracle to bring Sheridan back to me. At least in this life.
Son, I said that God does not hand out miracles to everyone who asks. But we know that from time to time he does bestow them.
Mama, what are you saying?
I am saying, Mijo, to go, pray, Luis. Pray that God will work a miracle with Sheridan. Hey, you never know. He may answer your prayer.
You're wrong about your mom hoping to rekindle what we had. I remember it wasn't too long ago when all she talked about were the two of us getting back together again. Man, that made me nuts. I don't know how many times I told Ivy that was never going to happen. Then recently, I think Ivy gave up trying to win me back. I think she wears the locket more out of sentiment than hope or be a family.
Yeah, well, you know, Mother's full of a lot of surprises these days. I mean, if you hadn't told me that she was climbing a ladder to help fix the beacon, I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, I never saw my mother climb a stool, a ladder, anything.
You know, I bet you didn't know that your mom was a star field hockey player. Captain of a college team.
I remember talking about it vaguely, but you know, Julian just made his usual disparaging remarks.
No wonder she shut down. Closed in on herself. What a shame. I remember when Ivy climbed a tree to try to hide from me. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find her. She started laughing so hard that the limb she was on broke and she fell right on top of me, man. I don't think we ever laughed so hard.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, she was.
It sounds like you two had some really good times together.
Yeah. We had some great times.
You know, the doc could be right. You could be someone famous. But that doesn't mean that you were happy. You could have been running from something. Or someone. I was never famous, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't have something in common.
something that we could...
Doc's boat just pulled in.
I thought he wasn't supposed to come back until later.
Maybe he has news about our pretty lady.
Oh, Leah. Are you all right?
I'm so glad to be home, Mama.
God. Nothing happened to you in Bermuda, did it?
Oh, I came through the hurricane fine.
That's not what I mean, Mija.
Just relax. There's nothing for you to worry about.
I'm sorry, Minnie. I'm sorry. It's just that my nerves are just so raw. First, Ethan's mother was struck by lightning, only to fall and injure her spine. And then to hear about my poor Sheridan. So it made me afraid that maybe Charity's premonition had come true.
What premonition, Mama?
Charity, she saw Luis and Sheridan in an explosion with grave consequences.
Oh, my God.
And she had a premonition about you, too. But you're okay, right? You said nothing happened to you in Bermuda.
What did she see, Mama? I'm curious to know.
She saw you drinking too much champagne, which led you to get involved with a man who ripped you away from Ethan and ruined your life. Oh, God. What is it? What's wrong? Is there something you're not telling me?
No, Mama, everything's...
Do not lie to me, child. It's something happened in Bermuda.
I can't tell you, Mama.
Yes, you can. And you will. What happened?
Just let it go, okay?
No. Teresita, I want the truth. Or I will tell Ethan and Luis that you're keeping secrets from them.
No, Mama, please, do not.
Okay. This is your last chance. Out with it. What happened?
All right, I'll tell you. What happened was terrible. It was the worst night of my life.
Oh, please.
Listen, if you want to get something to eat, I could take you out for a bite. Or if you want to go to Tabitha's, I could give you a ride. But if you want to stay here, that's okay too. I'll do whatever you want.
I want to go find Sam.
Sam is with Ivy and Ethan right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'll take you to see Sam. But I must warn you that you may be upset by what you see. Sam, Ethan, and Ivy, they're bonding right now. They're doing what a family does in a crisis. You may feel a little left out.
I don't know what to do, David.
Sam, we gotta help her. You know, just let her know that we're pulling for her.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, but maybe the two of us can make a difference. Mother, look, I'm here. It's Ethan. I'm here with Dad. We need you to get better. Please come back to us.
Three of us are together now, Ivy. Just the way you wanted it. You, me, Ethan. Together. A family.
Has our patient opened her eyes yet?
No, Doc, she's still sleeping.
Did you remember the big name somebody they were searching for?
Hit me as soon as I left. Her face, her name, everything. That's why I came back. It's Our Lady friend in there.
So, who is she, Doc?
Brace yourself, Brian. The lady you plucked from the sea is none other than Sheridan Crane.
What happened in Bermuda? Is Charity's premonition true? Did you get involved with another man?
Oh, no. This is it for Teresa.
Mama, it's all so complicated. I don't know where to start.
Well, you think about it while I get Luis, and I will tell him about Charity's premonition with you and another man.
No, Mama, Luis will kill him.
Oh, dear God. Oh, God. Then it's true. There was another man. You tell me his name. Tell me his name.
I was only trying to make things right for Ethan.
Oh, God, no. No, Teresa, this cannot be.
I'm sorry. Mama, it was Julian Crane.
Oh, God, this no puede ser.
Mama, we did more than get involved, okay? We got married. I'm Mrs. Julian Crane. Oh, Mama. Oh, my God.